The Angels Gang has gained an unprecedented level of popularity and strictness due to a combination of factors that have propelled their reputation to soaring heights. Firstly, their mystique and enigmatic nature have captured the imagination of the public, making them a subject of fascination and intrigue. Their stringent adherence to a code of conduct known as the Angels' Creed has set them apart from other gangs, giving them an aura of discipline and order in an otherwise chaotic world. And today in this video, we'll show you certain rules of Hell's Angels that they must have followed. Let's go back in history and see the genesis of Hell's Angel and some insane rules they have to follow to date. The Hell's Angels came into existence on March 17, 1948 in Fontana, California, contrary to the popular belief that the late Ralph Sonny Berger founded the group. While it's often attributed to the motorcycle enthusiast Otto Friedli, Friedli himself has disputed and denied this claim. According to the prevailing account, Otto supposedly adopted the name from Arvid Olsen, a former veteran who'd served in a squadron nicknamed the Hells Angels, inspired by the 1930 Howard Hughes film with the same title. Interestingly, the motorcycle club is well aware of the absence of an apostrophe in their name. And now, let's have a look at the infamous Hells Angels rules. Voting must be done. This particular scenario seems to have some logical reasoning behind it. Considering it's a club, it's understandable that they wouldn't just accept anyone without careful consideration, don't you think? In this context, prospective members are referred to as tentative members, who initially undertake various tasks on behalf of the club. Their acceptance or rejection is determined by a voting process conducted by the existing club members, which can be quite time-consuming depending on the individual. The process itself can stretch over several years, primarily because once you're admitted, it's not something you can easily walk away from. The club aims to ensure absolute dedication and commitment from its members before granting them full entry. Moreover, there's an extensive list of prerequisites that must be fulfilled prior to admission. These requirements range from having a compatible personality to owning a specific type of motorcycle, and demonstrating the ability to ride it skillfully in various environments. Strict dress code requires patches and vests. Drawing inspiration from ancient warriors, the Hells Angels exude a commanding presence as they charge into the fray, proudly showcasing their distinguished heraldry and insignia. While their iconic imagery carries a contemporary flair, the club's visionary founders demonstrated astute foresight by securing full trademarks for these enduring symbols, known as patches, and safeguarding them through copyright law as highlighted on the official Hells Angel website. By adopting this strategic approach, the bikers are empowered to assert their identity without solely relying on aggressive intimidation tactics. The gang has a firm rule against allowing anyone else to sport their insignia, and this command is generally adhered to, driven by a mix of concerns about legal consequences and a desire to avoid physical confrontations. Sonny Berger, in his book Hell's Angels, The Life and Times of Sonny Berger, emphasizes the unwavering loyalty of members who are prepared to go as far as risking their lives to defend their club and the sacred symbols it holds. Consequently, any individual caught donning a patch without proper membership will undoubtedly face severe physical retribution. Members always support their brothers. Being a member of the Hells Angel means being a part of a tight-knit and cohesive family. Whenever a fellow biker encounters any kind of trouble, whether it's a police stop or a mechanical issue with their motorcycle, the entire group rallies together in a remarkable display of unity. This practice serves multiple purposes, as it not only showcases the unwavering solidarity within the Hells Angels, but also ensures the protection of every member during their rides. While the Hells Angel may hold a prominent position in the biker world, they are not immune to having adversaries who constantly seek opportunities to confront them. Moreover, their relationship with law enforcement is far from amicable, adding an extra layer of complexity to their interactions. Being silent is a must thing. Club meetings play a crucial role in addressing various significant matters within the club. However, it's important to note that any form of illegal activity is strictly avoided in these discussions. George Christie emphasizes that the club's security is of utmost importance, leading to a complete avoidance of such subjects during official gatherings. While the Hells Angels do not classify themselves as a criminal organization, they do acknowledge the possibility of some members being involved in unlawful actions. In light of this recognition, it is strictly prohibited for members to discuss these extracurricular activities within the club or in any manner that could damage the MC's reputation. According to Christie, law enforcement agencies classify the clubs as criminal for particular reasons. They find it more convenient to focus on the organization as a whole rather than the individual members. The difficulty in infiltrating the Hells Angel, as stated by the Review Journal, further supports this notion. The club's stringent regulations, including a lengthy membership process and a well-defined hierarchy, pose significant obstacles to law enforcement. Additionally, strict guidelines govern the topics that can be discussed, adding another layer of caution. These factors collectively create formidable barriers that make it extremely challenging for the police to penetrate the inner workings of the Hells Angels. Say a loud and firm no. Back in 2002, things took a seriously unexpected turn for the Rochester Charter. It was a tale that unfolded like a gripping crime thriller, catching the attention of both the FBI and the DEA. They dug deep into the group's affairs and uncovered something jaw-dropping, a drug ring operating right under their noses. The repercussions were swift and severe as the leader and vice president of the charter found themselves facing the harsh reality of a 25-year prison sentence. It was a shocking downfall that sent shockwaves through the community, leaving everyone wondering how such an illicit operation managed to remain hidden for so long. So engaging in any form of substance abuse is an absolute no-go in their community. The mere thought of getting involved with illegal substances sent shivers down their spines, as the repercussions can be truly devastating. While we can't precisely outline all the dire consequences that await, our imaginations can conjure up a vivid array of nightmarish possibilities. Given the frequency of the encounters with law enforcement, it becomes crystal clear why this rule takes center stage in our code of conduct. Ride in sequence. In the Hells Angels, there exists a well-established protocol that governs various aspects, including riding. Within their ranks, riding order is strictly based on seniority and rank, starting from the charter president and extending down to the prospects. This tradition has endured for an extensive period and is unlikely to undergo any significant alterations in the foreseeable future. Moreover, intervening in the midst of a Hells Angel group and attempting to disrupt their formation can have unfavorable consequences for those sharing the road with them. It might be wise to maintain a distance and follow behind if you happen to encounter them. The actions and behaviors of the Hells Angels can be quite unpredictable, so it's best to exercise caution and stay prepared for any eventualities. It must involve giving back. Despite their tough exterior as a 1% biker gang, the Hells Angels have proven time and time again that they possess compassionate hearts and are committed to giving back whenever they can. It's important to remember that they are not entirely defined by their negative reputation. In fact, some members find it perplexing that they're perceived as the bad guys when they engage in significant acts of kindness. Engaging in charitable work is actually a mandatory requirement for most of the characters within the gang. The Hells Angels are deeply involved in their communities, actively participating in various charities and community events. They dedicate their efforts to causes such as raising funds for schools, supporting children with special educational needs, and even acting as guardians for children who faced abuse. While the level of involvement may vary among different characters, it is essential to acknowledge that they're not solely focused on doom and gloom. Members are not allowed to work for or be cops. Prior to considering membership, specific criteria instantly render individuals ineligible. According to Neil Hall's book, Hell to Pay, the Hells Angels strictly prohibit child molesters and rapists from joining their ranks. Furthermore, the club staunchly avoids any association with law enforcement. As Hall explains, aspiring police officers or prison guards are unequivocally barred from ever being a part of the club. Merely applying for such a position, if discovered, deems one unworthy of donning the club's patch. It appears probable that this particular rule serves the purpose of facilitating bikers in carrying out illicit activities without attracting unwanted attention. As Hall astutely points out, the prohibition of criminal activity within the clubhouse and the directive for members to avoid drawing attention to themselves. However, the situation is far from straightforward. The Hells Angels place immense value on loyalty, making it highly unlikely for them to accept individuals who have sworn allegiance to any other organization or cause, regardless of whether it pertains to upholding the law. Do not contact the media. In order to maintain the utmost privacy and safeguard their operations, the Hells Angels maintain a strict policy of no disclosure when it comes to sharing their internal affairs with the media. As reported by the reputable source Duluth News Tribune, This is among one of numerous measures that the club implements to ensure the preservation of their secrecy and overall security. Preserving the confidentiality of members' personal information is of paramount importance to the organization, and they're particularly cautious about preventing journalists from gaining access to such details. However, Sonny Berger, in his autobiography, acknowledges the existence of additional undisclosed rules and aspects of the Hells Angels Code that will forever remain undisclosed to the public. In 2009, the biker club made its stance on the media abundantly clear during an annual summer rally held in Carrollton, Minnesota. Drawing a crowd of approximately 500 renowned bikers, the event attracted reporters who eagerly sought to cover the gathering. However, it was evident that Hells Angels held a distinct approach when it came to interacting with the media. As reported by the Duluth News-Tribune, whenever the presence of the journalist was detected, the Hells Angels promptly ceased their conversations or deliberately turned their backs, effectively conveying their lack of interest in engaging with the press. And that's all for now. Thank you all for watching this video and joining us on this exciting journey. We hope you found the content informative, engaging, and enjoyable. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more such amazing videos like this one. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for future videos, please leave them in the comment section below. Also, remember to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell icon so you never miss an update from us. We have some really exciting content planned for the future, and you definitely don't want to miss out. Thanks for watching!